All right, welcome our live stream viewers tuning in already. About to get ready to rock and roll here for Thursday Night Thunder on the off-road indoors. Mr. Paquette is going to lead us off, followed by Kermit, Mark, and Tom. Unfortunately, everybody wasn't at the driver's meeting, so we didn't get to vote on Heads Up Racing or not. So either way, making the executive decision, standard run here. Mr. Kyle on the tone in less than 5. Mr. Butts. Van Neersen and Mr. Sherman call the ball. And here we go. All right, looks like Mr. Casey Bass tuning in tonight, trying to get a sprint car ready. Unfortunately, no scoring audio for our live stream viewers. The goobers at Facebook or whatever believe that my voice is somehow, or our computer's voice is somehow copyright protected. All right, 125 down, 3:35 to go. Mr. Paquette showing the way out there in that bright yellow car for the overall run here, 22.510. Mark Van Neersen showing the way, 21.513 for our stock class. Herman Butts back about 1.7 at the line with a new fast lap of a 14.34. Tom Sherman had a 14.29 last time by as well. Harry comes off that final corner down the front straightaway. Another 14.4. Kermit the 14.6. Behind your leader by 7 seconds. Behind Van Neersen by about 2.5, 3 seconds right meow. Kermit rocking the pink body tonight. Kyle out there in fluorescent yellow. Mark in his patented. Well, maybe not. Yeah, he is. He's in this dark. No, he's got a new body now. No more black and gray. Still pretty dark, though. Mr. Chucky tuning in from Titusville tonight. All right. 3:15 down, 1:45 to go. Kyle Paquette dropping a 13.8 last time by. Puts it upside down, hitting the instant replay on that one. $120 to go. Up next, Independent Stock Buggy. Nice easy night tonight. Not going to be too much of a stickler on the staging area. Don't be putting your car on the track with a bunch of wet tires and getting that sauce all over the place. Makes it slick. You heard it there, one to go. Paquette dropping a 13.77, but I think he needs to find some time because our stock guys have been known to get down there. Maybe not tonight with the temperatures, and we did water the track Tuesday night. We're going to try to water the track about twice a week now. Caution on the front straight. Stay low, stay low. And it's clear. If you're just tuning in and haven't heard the word, Friday practice for the Oval is indoors. Dirt Church has been moved indoors for Sunday. Still racing Saturday indoors at 1 o'clock on the off-road. And Sunday at 1 o'clock for the Oval. Wow, Paquette with the McTwist. Hitting the replay on that. Landed it. Paquette is done. Van Neersen's done with a 14.23. New fast lap for him. Butts is done. Looking for Tom Sherman to finish it out. Here he comes around the sweeper, down the front straightaway, and shut it down. Wow, I got to hit the save here. This is going to change things up. But Cat going to take it overall, 21.502. Butts with the stock time, 21.514. Going to take it for stock buggy. Van Neersen, 20.502. Sherman, 20.514. Wow. Good stuff there. All right, if you're watching online, been thinking about doing some racer bingo where you can participate playing a little online bingo. Still working out the logistics of that. If you think you'd be interested in playing bingo, in the chat, let me know. All right, wow, a lot of my guys are already checked in. All right, you got 2+ already at the moment. Denzu's checked in. I need Mr. Jordan if he's out there. He's good. Mr. Chuck, if you're out there. He's good to go. All right, just looking for our marshals from that last race to start heading on out. All right, all right, all right. Let's do this. You still need a minute to marshal? Oh, he's still got a minute. Dean's still got a minute. Sherman's out there. Cat Butts. Mr. Mark, I need you out here, sir. All right, drivers, spread them out. I'm going to turn you loose here. Spread them out, turn and burn. You got just over a minute here and then some, maybe. Here comes Mr. Mark. And I need somebody on the bucket and somebody in the keyhole. Kermit, Kyle, need one of you guys on the bucket, please. Either or, doesn't matter. I have a feeling this could be the most exciting, actually most competitive class tonight. We'll see. All right, drivers, let's slow it down, bring it back to the staging area. The order for this one's going to be Jordan, Denzu, Chuck, Charles, and Brian. So how many B7s are out there tonight? If you got a B7 out there on track, raise your hand. Oh, Kermit's got one. Kyle, who's on the stand in the race with the B7? Nobody? I could have sworn, no. They don't want to admit to it, I guess. I could have sworn somebody had a B7 out there. All right. Anybody have any other new cars out there tonight? First time on the track? Mr. Dean, what is it? X-ray, that's right, that's right. All right. Well, Mr. Brian Dean will have to show us how it is. He's starting last, so we'll see him have to work through a little bit of traffic maybe. Mr. Jordan's going to lead us off on the tone in less than 5. Densu. Chuck. Charles. And Brian. I see what these boys and girls can do. Jordan starting out with a 15-0. Brian Dean 15-9. Garcia 16-4. Linebox 16-4. Lazat 16-9. All right, Mr. Charles with a 15-9. New fast lap last time by. See him coming through the keyhole areas, rocking the purple and gray. Down the front straightaway. Mr. Brian Dean, now Densu showing the way. Chuck back 1.3 in second. Jordan to third by a little bit more. Charles fourth. Brian dropping to fifth with a 21-2. Densu out in front at the moment, but giving some room to somebody else. Chuck now taking over that lead. Chuck rocking the white, red, and blue. It's got white on the roof. Red sides, maybe a little blue there. 2 down, 3 to go. Densu rocking the green, pink, white, and gray. That's Brian coming off that final corner there. He's got the flame job to the white backing. Brand new X-ray for him. 2:30 down, 2:30 to go, just past halfway. Chuck, Jordan, Charles, Densu, Brian. Field is separated by 4.4 seconds between all 5 of them. This one's close. Top 3 on a 19-lap pace. Dennis and Brian not far off it either. Once again, the whole field separated by less than 4.5 seconds. That's one accident. Can't find our leader. Jordan down the straightaway in that dark car. Looks like he's running yellow wheels, if I'm seeing that correctly. Oh, he's got yellow rears and white fronts. Fast lap 14.7. Chuck with a 15.9. Charles 15.7. Densu 15.5. Brian Dean 15.3. Densu 15.3. That time by new fast lap for him. Up next, Sportsman. Mr. Henig, come see me. Caution in the drop-off in the keyhole. Uno momento. Jordan on a 19.507. Chuck on a 5.12. Garcia 5.13. Charles on an 18.5 flat. Linebach on a 5.02. Brian and Chuck separated by 6/10. Brian's behind Charles by 1 second. Charles back another 2.5 behind Densu at the line. And Jordan out front by 5.5. That is time. That is time. Race it out, drivers. Jordan is done. Brian is done. Charles done. Chuck is done. Looking for Denzu and shut it down. Jordan taking it 19.508. Denzu back 3.5 19.511. Brian Dean 18 and 5 flat. Miss it by 3/10 or 3,000ths, hundredths. One of them. It's really tight there. Charles 18.503 back 3.5, and Chuck back another 3.5 in fifth with 18.506. What a race, guys! Honestly, came down to that last minute. All right, we got a class of sportsmen out here tonight. These guys signed up for the other stuff. We had to make everything work here. We got Mr. Henig, first time out to an RC track since '86. So for you young kids, there's some math you got to do there to figure out how long that is. I'm not going to do it for you. All right, Mr. James is checked in. Thank you, sir. We have plenty of marshals out there for this one. Telling you, everybody was tight until that last minute. They started making those mental mistakes, trying to push too hard. All right, Mr. Wills checked in, looking for Sean. All right, need my marshals out here. These drivers are ready to get some laps in. For drivers, that red light is on, no hot laps. Should be jumping jumps. We should be driving fast enough to break your car. All right, independent drivers, I need you out here. Looking for Jordan, Denzu, Charles, and Brian on that track. These guys are ready to get some hot laps. Slow it down, guys. Here come my marshals. All right, gentlemen, turn them loose. We got 40 seconds on the clock. I'll give you a couple more seconds here. Be about a minute. All right, we got Sean out there. That's a new buggy to him. I think it's like the second race on it. Start out with a Techno four-wheel drive. Found out that it's a tough car to get set up for this type of surface. Got himself a two-wheel now. I think it's a two-wheel. Mr. Hagee, first time out racing since '86. Mr. McDaniel, probably the favorite to take this one tonight. All right, who are we missing out here? Where's Mr. Dean at? Mr. X-Ray. Is he out there in the pits? Mr. Brian. All right. Take the keyhole. I think we'll be all right with that. All right, drivers, once again, I will call you off in order. Mr. Sean's going to lead us off for this 5-minute sportsman race in less than 5. Will. And James. Caution on Front Street. I think Jordan said he needed to get some more practice on that particular part of the track. Sends him back around again. Caution at start finish line. Go high, go high, go high. Good job, drivers. All right, first lap. Will finally gets it in there, 42 seconds. It's hopefully all the way going better from here on out. He's already got some tires coming for this thing or getting ready. Running the stock tires right now. So definitely leaving a lot on the table. He's out there doing it, getting it done right now. 23.6 that time by. Much better. Uh-oh. Why we can't have nice things. Ooh. Just want to remind you, Will, the walls are undefeated here at Newred Hobbies. We've had to fix them, but, you know, that's heavy equipment and a lot of dirt causing that problem. Caution the drop-off. Caution the drop-off. All right, 2 minutes into this, Sean showing the way last time by with a 16.9 on a 17-lap pace. James back a little bit more. About 2 laps right now. I think he's just, you know, sandbagging right now. 18.5 for him last time by. He's back a lap at the line. Mr. Will back about a lap and change. Says 17.7 there, but I'm pretty sure he got caught at the loop going the other way. All right, once again, if you're just tuning in, today's Thursday Night Thunder here on the Off-Road. Friday, because of the weather, will be oval indoor practice. Saturday, we're racing off-road indoors at 1 o'clock. And Sunday, we're racing oval indoors at 1 o'clock, thanks to the weather. Dirt Church Sunday now becomes Indoor Sunday. Apologize for any inconvenience that causes some people. 140 to go. Mr. James behind our leader here a little bit. He's got to find something. Now Mr. Sean putting it to him. He's got a 16.9 fast lap. James with an 18.5. Watch it on the front straight. Wow, what a save. James with an 18.4 new fast lap. I think he's trying to keep it in one piece because he knows the parts for the Losi are a little hard to get right now. I think they're still on the not the slow boat from China, but the super slow boat from China. I kid. If you're not in the know, Losi's put out a notice that they're having issues getting their parts. They're supposed to be here, what, May? That's how the RC industry goes, you know. Always something. With 30 seconds to go, Mr. Sean Melville hitting the drop-off here, coming through the keyhole, around the final corner, down the straightaway with a 17.3. Catching the corner dot at the other end, going for a tumble Ruski. That's how you stop the competition. You just pull in front of them on accident, causing the wreck. That is time, drivers. Race it out. Race it out. I'll let you know when you're done. James should have won that battle there between the open wheel and the closed wheel, and he didn't. Sean is done. James is done. Will is done. Shut it down. Great job, Will, finishing out in one piece, we believe. Sean takes it 17-5, 16. James with 15-5, 11. And Will 11 and 5, 17. All right, that is the end of the first round of racing. It's a 7:40. We'll get started round 2 at 8 o'clock sharp. All right, driver's track is open for practice. In the meantime, don't forget, see Mr. Tom. And we'll see our live stream viewers on the flip side at 8 o'clock. Alright, boys and girls, on the live stream tuning in here. It's time for round 2. Looking for my marshals. Going to be Sean, Will, James, and a volunteer or 2. Up first, going to be Stock Buggy and Mod Buggy combined here. Mr. Kermit Butts, Mark Van Neersen, Tom Sherman, and Mr. Kyle Paquette. That 3-minute clock is ticking right, meow. Get him down and checked in. I got 3 of my marshals out there. Thank you, gentlemen. If you watch online, pick your winner for this first one. Everybody's on that screen in this race. Or they're going to start this race. We'll go with it either way. All right, Mr. Tom Sherman TQing the pre-race ceremonies here. All right, looking for Kermit, Kyle, Mark to get checked in. My marshals are out there ready to rock and roll for you, gentlemen. Well, now he needs a minute's grace. All right, Mr. Kyle getting a minute's grace there on the clock already now. Gentlemen, get him facing the right direction. You got 2 minutes to turn and burn. Oh, grace and race. I don't know. There is plenty of grace. I've given out a lot of grace periods lately. Sunday is probably changing. We'll see. Get back to what we say we're doing. You can't get it done in 1 minute on Sunday. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. Ooh, man, Kermit outscrewed that thing right into the ground underneath that pipe. So Mr. Paquette out there getting a battery strap issue or battery tension issue solved here. He had a little problem there. Guys are like sitting out there. My tires are getting cold. My tires are getting cold. He's already got a minute on the clock, and that's the minute counting down here. All right, we can drag it out a little bit tonight. Just remember, round 3 or the main start at 9 o'clock either way. Mr. Brandon Vasquez tuning in tonight. Thank you, sir. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. Definitely missed the independent buggy race. That first round was epic for the first 4 minutes. Some guys just, they got to work on the performance enhancement pills and whatnot, whatever else they got to take. Eat their vitamins, say their prayers. Let Hulkamania run wild. Oh, yeah. Whatever. And here comes Mr. Kyle. All right, Kyle gets 2 laps, and then we're going. Ooh, up on two wheels to the sweeper. As he gets back to staging, we're rock and roll. Mr. Kyle's going to lead us off. Followed by Kermit, Mark, and Tom. Basically the same as the first round. But Van Neersen and Sherman. You can get somebody in this keyhole marshal-wise, it'd really help out. If we got somebody out in the pits here and spare a few moments here standing in the keyhole. Boys have to tighten up here. They're supposed to be best of the best of the best. All right, your leader coming off the final corner down the front straightaway. Kyle Paquette rocking that mod motor. I heard it was a 6.0 tonight, which is crazy. Tom Sherman in second now in the white car with the flames on it. Mark Van Neersen in the blue and red. New scheme for him this week. Kermit Butts with a new scheme, pink and blue. I think they did this intentionally to mess with me. Everybody dropping some new fast laps down the charts here that previous lap. Cat showing the way, 21.5 flat ahead of the current TQ of 5.02. Mr. Sherman on 21.506. I believe that's ahead of the old TQ for stock buggy as well. Now Van Neersen ahead of him on a 5.023 to Sherman's 5.03. Difference of 0.3 of the line. Kermit back 4.2 in third. Caution in the drop off. Caution in the drop off. Stay high in the straight. Stay high in the straight. Boys driving to the drop off smart because we got no marshal out there. Here we got somebody out there for the mains. Kyle showing the way overall on a 22 lap run here. Van Neersen to second. Caution the drop off. Kyle's showing the way with 2 to go. Van Neersen in second overall. Ahead of Sherman by about 7 seconds on pace. 3.4 at the line at the moment. Cat 13.9, Sherman 14.3, some new fast laps that time by. Kyle in that fluorescent yellow. Van Neersen in the blue and red. Sherman just crossing that line. Flame job with the white on it, if I'm not mistaken. Yellow backing there on the top. 45 seconds. Mr. Sherman looks like he got caught in the line on the other side there. No, it's 15.8. He's good to go. That is time, drivers. Sherman up on two wheels in that final corner. Tom is done. Kyle is done. Looking for Mark coming through the keyhole here. Up next, Independent Buggy. Come on down and shut it down. Paquette taking it. New TQ 22.512. Mark with 21. Not improving TQ time for stock, but still qualifying second at the moment. Tom Sherman improving his time as well with a 25.02. Mr. John Grant tuning in from Sarasota tonight. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you tuning in. You're doing all right down there? I've got a check-in from Jordan, Brian, and Charles so far. Mr. Chuck as well. And Mr. Densu's on his way out there. All right, drivers, slow the cars down. Pace speed only. Pace speed only. Well, looking for my marshals from that last race. Going to be Kermit, Mark, Tom, and Kyle. All right, looking for Mr. Van Neersen, Mr. Kermit. All right, gentlemen, turn them loose. Whoa, Mr. Charles testing out the walls there. I think you need to pick that one. I think he just snapped the, or popped off the steering link. Looks like we had a minute's grace for Mr. Brian. Brian, is that something you're able to fix? Had a quick fix or no? Uh oh, he's looking for parts. Somewhere by the. Wait. Is this a ball cup or no? Okay. All right, we're gonna give him a chance to find whatever popped off there. Looked like I went wrong there halfway through the sweeper, but all right, guys, we gotta get going. Hopefully the parts turn up. If not, well, Tom will be happy to. Mr. Mike will be happy to sell him something here. All right, the order for this one's Jordan, Densu, Brian, and Chuck. All right, Mr. Mark, getting that keyhole again, please. Gentlemen, Jordan on the tone in less than 5. Denzu, Brian, and Chuck. Caution in the sweeper. Chuck catching the pipe there a little bit. Got his bad lap out of the way. See if he can't turn it up here on out. Uh-oh. Might be a problem with Chuck now. Caution in the sweeper. At the line, Denzu showing the way. New TQ run here, 19.507. Over Brian by 9/10. Jordan back 3.2 at the line. Denzu new fast lap, 15.5. Caution at the first jump. Caution at the first jump. Densu dropping a 15.4 new fast lap. Jordan going to take back that top time right now by 3/10. Brian back 8 seconds and change in third. Chuck behind him by a couple laps there after unfortunate issue with him. Chuck dropping a new fast lap, 17.2 that time by. $250 down, $210 to go. Find our leader coming through the drop-off, into the keyhole. Almost getting it wrong at the 180. Densu showing the way by 3 seconds over Jordan. Densu's got the green nose. Some white, pink, and gray on it. Oh, they're all tangled up here down the front straightaway. Oh, Mr. Dean trying to get out of the way. Gets clobbered by somebody. Up next, Sportsman. Mr. Hagee, come get your transponder. Densu showing the way at the line, an 18.7. Jordan picking up a lot of time there with a 17 flat difference of just over a quarter second. Nobody improving their current qualifying time just yet. Caution on that final corner. Hopefully Charles can get that one fixed for the next round, because fortunate for him, and broke it early on. Mr. Chuck back in the swing of things there. 16-4 for him. Fast lap of a 15-6. Brian with a 16-0. Jordan 14-9. Denzu 15-4. "15 seconds. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Jordan, the new fast lap, 14.93. Brian with a 15.86. Densu's done. Chuck is done. Jordan is done. Brian is done. Shut him down. Denzu Garcia taking that 19.508. Going to improve his second place qualifying time, but still going to line up second. Jordan 19.518, back 9 seconds. Not improving his time, but still going to qualify first overall. Brian Dean with 18.516. Chuck with 15.508 after a kerfluffle there early on. And Mr. Charles, unfortunately, not being able to race that one after a pre-race kerfluffle. All right, all right, all right. Looking for Sean, James, and Will. All right, looking for marshals from that last race. These boys are ready to rock and roll. All right, drivers, roll them off, roll them off. You got about 30 seconds on the clock here. Maybe a little more. Some heat in those tires. Jordan's out there. Brian's out there. Mr. Chuck's out there. Looking for Denzu. And we'll be good with that. Denzu to the bucket. All right, boys and girls, let's get him back staging. Let's get him back staging. Mr. Garcia, I need you at the bucket, sir. There he is. All right, the order is going to be Sean, James, and Will. Sean on the tone in less than 5. James. And Will. All right, here we go. Current TQ 17.5.16 from Sean. James had a 15.5.11 and Will had 11.5.17. Well, these gentlemen can beat that time from their first round. All right, Will had a 25.2 last time by. James with an 18.6. So Sean with a 16.9, turning it up a notch here. He's starting to get that thing dialed in a bit. Will with a 23.0 that time by. That's somewhere up there by the new fast lap for him. Then tests out the new wall. Caution on straight, caution on straight. Good save, guys. Good save. And Sean has a 16.9.7 fast lap. James with an 18.6. Will with a 23.0. 150 down, 310 to go. New fast lap from Will, 22.1 that time by. Got to hit those marks. James at an 18.46, backs with a 19.1. He's 8.2 seconds behind Sean here. Much better run going for James this run. Ooh, going deep on the big tabletop. And we have a Ric Flair sighting out there. 18.29 from James. New fast lap for him. 2:10 to go. Sean, new fast lap, 16.8. Previous lap, backs up with a 17.2. Rocking a 17.5.13 pace here, ahead of TQ by 3.5. Seconds, that is. James with a 17.9, stepping it up another notch. Another 22.6. Good lap there. Good lap. Wow, Sean, 16.48. James had a 17.48. New fast laps for both of them. James in the yellow and black. Sean rocking a dark blue. It's probably really dark on the screen for you all. Mr. George tuning in tonight. Winner of one of our B7 raffles. Caution in the keyhole. James tried to get it right there and just caught the pipe a little bit. $30 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go. Will dropping some 23s here back to back. He's starting to get in the swing of things. Running a 13 lap pace for him, picking up 2 laps on his previous run there, if I'm not mistaken. And he catches a 16.4, cutting the track a little bit. He's going to come back around and we'll be good to go. And that was Sean, your leader, upside down. He's still got the lead by a little bit. You guys can be done when you cross this line here. Sean is done. James is done. Will's going to finish this one out one more time for us as he got caught at the line again and shut it down. Sean takes it 17.516. Wait a minute, that's a new TQ. I get to fire up the beacon. Maybe. James with 16.518, gonna go to second overall or improve his second place time, and will improve his time by 2 whole laps. 13.510. That is into qualifying. It is 8:33. We're looking to start the mains around 8:55. It'll be about a 20-minute break. Once again, 20-minute break. Main start at 8:55. All right, boys and girls, it's time for the mains. 3 minutes on the clock. Looking for Kyle, Mark, and Tom. Marshals will be Sean, James, Will, and a volunteer or two if we can get it. You're fighting an uphill battle, Mr. James. Thank you, Mr. Chuck. Well. All right, let's get them checked in, gentlemen. Check them in. Mark's good. Comes Mr. Sherman. And looking for Mr. Kyle. Again, I need, let's see, Sean is out there. James is out there. Looking for Will. He's coming. Mr. Bryant's helping out. Thank you, sir. Mr. Bryant, actually, you can come out of there. We can put Will there. Charles, you're good. We're getting the guy that's supposed to be out there. Kick Brian out of the keyhole. Will. Right there where Mr. Brian is, all the black suit. Mr. Dean. Come on out here. Mr. Will's going to stand there. No, we're letting the new guy get some experience. All right, turn him loose, gentlemen. You got a minute on the clock. Will, you're fine. If they can't see through your legs, they're not going to see through your body, so. Ooh, Mr. Sherman. Up on 2 wheels there in that last corner. Oh, Kyle, off the pipe there. So far, Mr. Paquette's been through a couple parts tonight, unfortunately. What an unstoppable force. Meets an immovable object. All right, let's get him to the grid. We're going to put Mr. Paquette at the back there to spice this up a little bit. The lineup first going to be Mark Van Neersen. Second's going to be Tom Sherman. And Mr. Paquette just got to be somewhere within 5 seconds of that line. All right, gentlemen, 6 minute A main. Everybody on the tone in less than 5. Great battle here between, oh, Mr. Van Neersen gets it into the keyhole. Tom goes by him, drops a 14-5 on him. Cat with a 15-0. Deep breath, plenty of time. We're only 45 seconds into this one. Your leader down the front straightaway. Dropping a 14-1. Paquette had a 13-9. Backs up with a 14-6. Goes for a tumble at the end of the straightaway. A little bump in there. Van Neersen a second. Paquette dropping back to third by 9/10. Your leader coming through the keyhole around the final corner. Around the sweeper down the straightaway. And looks like Van Neersen going to fall back here to third now. 140 down, 420 to go. Tom Sherman rocking a 25.606 pace. Caution in the keyhole. And it's clear. And Paquette upside down, but cranking down on that 6-0. Rocking that big 6-turn mod motor tonight. And he tells me he's got that turned down to like 75%. Sherman coming off the final corner. Van Neersen back 12.5 in third. Second place is right behind him, though. Tom's got a lot of left steering on that last corner. Dropping a 15.1. Van Neersen 14.5. Paquette with a 14.0. Tom over Kyle by 3.9 at the line. And Paquette loses a 10th there, back 4 seconds at the line. Van Neersen back a lap now with 2:35 to go. Will, just stand up. They can see through your legs. And it looks like Mr. Van Neersen upside down there over by Chuck at the far end. Fast lap for Van Neersen's a 14.5, Paquette 13.9, and Sherman 14.1. You heard it there, 4 down, 2 to go. And Neersen getting through the tabletop pretty good through the keyhole down the front straightaway for a 14.4 new fast lap for him. Paquette picking up 6/10 there on Sherman, still back 1.5 at the line with 1:10 to go. Now he picked up 6/10 there, down to 9/10 overall. Paquette dropping a 13.9. Caution going on to that back straightaway. Mr. Van Neersen getting away out of this battle. 40 seconds. Difference of just under 9/10 right now between Tom and the white car with the flames. And, oh no, it's less than that now. Paquette in the fluorescent yellow all over the back door here. Going to try to power pass. Tom shuts the door with 20 seconds to go. Looks like we're going to get at least one more lap here. Ten seconds. One more lap. Final lap for these guys. Taking defensive posture here. Kyle, I don't know if he bumped him. Oh, he fights back and says hello. See ya. Good battle, guys. Good battle. Shut it down. Shut it down. Tom Sherman going to hold on to that one. 25.607, Paquette 6:10, and Mark with 23 and 6:07. You know, Paquette had to try. Sherman wasn't going to let it happen. Was everybody happy with that? Or is there going to be formal protests I need to deal with? All right, Independent. I'm going to throw an extra minute on the clock here for you all. 3:30 on the clock. Looking for Jordan Newman, Denzu Garcia, Brian Dean, Charles Lazat, Chuck Leinbach. This is going to be the race of the night, I think. And obviously, we're going to need all hands on deck. Anybody who's not racing, if I can get you out here to Marshall, we really appreciate it. All right, all right, all right. Looking for a couple check-ins here. Mr. Brian is good to go. If you're out there, cross the line. Charles good. Densu's good. I'm going to TQ the Marshall in here on this one. Just looking for Mr. Chuck to get out here and checked in, and a couple turn marshals. We got 2 out there. Looking for Mr. Mark and a couple volunteers, please. You know, old thing, race others how you want to be raced. Golden rule, guys. Come on. Can't get a couple volunteers out here. Maybe we can get Mr. Sean out here to help out. Mark, take the stoplight. We'll have Sean in the keyhole if he'll come out. I don't know if he's out there. If he's in the hobby shop or not. All right, gentlemen, while we're waiting, turn them loose. You got 90 seconds on that clock. Just a reminder, if you're just tuning in, tomorrow, Friday, practice will be indoor oval practice. We're racing Saturday at 1 o'clock on the off-road here inside. Once again, off-roaders Saturday, 1 o'clock. And then we switch the track over for oval Sunday for Dirt Church, which is now indoor church Sunday due to the weather. We got one guy out there to Marshall. I need one volunteer in the keyhole, please. All right, guys. Sean, Will, can I get one of you guys out here to Marshall again, please? In the keyhole. All right, drivers, will slow it down, slow it down. Let's get him in the grid. On that top spot, TQ 19508, Jordan Newman. Lining up second, it's going to be Denzu Garcia. Third, Brian Dean. Fourth, Charles Lazat. Fifth, Chuck Leinbach. And Jordan, Denzu, Brian, Charles, and Chuck. Jordan 1, Denzu 2, Brian 3, Charles 4, Chuck 5. All right, are we done counting now? Drivers, once again, 6-minute A main. Everybody on the tone. All right, Jordan getting out. Good start there. Caution on the final corner. Gonna be critical not to be crashing out there, guys. Got 4 marshals. They can't be everywhere at all the time. Jordan, Denzu, Charles, Brian, and Chuck at the line. Jordan coming off final corner. Denzu not far behind him. Oh, Charles turning the corner, and Brian just gravedigger right over him. Oh, good. Mr. Charles got caught on the pipe. You can come back from that here. I can feel it. That was Jordan over Denzu by 2.7. Brian back 3.3. Charles behind him by 1.7. Chuck back 1.8. Everybody turning some new fast laps that time by. Charles, new fast lap 16.5. Then he got excited and wrecked. Chuck with a 15.5. Brian Dean 16.1. Denzu 15.5. Jordan with a 15.1. Fast times there for you drivers. Jordan dropping a 14.6 and then proceeds to roll it over on the first turn. Caution in the drop-off. Caution in the drop-off. $3.50 to go. Plenty of time. Brian Dean, new fast lap, 15.9. Chuck behind Brian by 6.4. Charles back 5 seconds in fifth right now, trying to run Chuck down. Now is our leader getting spun around by himself. That's going to allow Denzu to close in here. Denzu, the 15.5 new fast lap. Charles, 16.4 new fast lap. Denzu's behind our leader by 2.5 seconds now. Coming through the keyhole. Battle between that dark car and the green, white, and pink, and gray. Charles, new fast lap, 16.1. $15.8 now for Charles. He's finding something out there. $2.30 to go. Jordan with a 14.6. Denzu 15.5. Brian 15.7. Chuck 15.5. Charles 15.8. Close battle here between Jordan and Denzu. 3.2 at the line. If Chuck can't turn it up a notch here, he does have second place behind him. Running some good times, though. 2 to go. Charles still back 4.3 in that fifth spot, trying to run Chuck down. Brian 7.3 behind Denzu. Second and third there. Jordan Newman showing the way, coming off the final corner here, down the front straightaway. About to put a lap on Brian Dean in that third spot. And Mr. Chuck gives way to Denzu. Oh, Jordan trying to gets by Brian, but gets on the throttle at the wrong time, rolls her over. Chuck back 7.8 and 4. Charles behind him by 3.3 now. $45 seconds to go. Jordan Denzu on a 23 lap pace. Brian and Chuck on a 22. And now Charles on a 22 as well. Definitely not going to be over. Last minute here is probably the toughest one for these guys. 10 seconds. Chuck and Charles battling out. 4 seconds between them at the line. Race it to the line. We cross the line. You are done. Jordan Newman going to take it. Brian is done. Here comes Densu and Chuck. And Charles not far behind him. Shut it down. Jordan Newman going to take it. 23.603. Garcia with 6:10. Back 6.9 seconds. Mr. Brian Dean going to hold on for that third spot with 22.606. Chuck with 6:10, back 4.5 seconds. And Charles back 3.9 in fifth. So a great battle there for that final podium spot overall. All right, Sportsman, Mr. Hagee, come see me about your transponder. Going to put an extra minute on that clock. 3:40 on that clock. All right, looking at my marshals. My drivers are ready to rock and roll. Gentlemen, red light is on. Slow it down. Nobody should be jumping any jumps. All right, who are we missing out there for Marshall? Like Densu's out there, Jordan's out there. Should have plenty to cover this one. Mr. Chuck's out there. Comes Mr. Charles. And we'll put Mr. Brian in the keyhole. All right, all my drivers are checked in. Gentlemen, you got 90 seconds on that clock. Turn and burn. Got Mr. Charlie Brown tuning in tonight as well. Yes, sir. Thank you. Track looks pretty sweet according to him. Well, he's doing okay up there still, maybe somewhere in Jacksonville. I forget where he lives. Last race of the night. Sportsman, amen. One job is just to keep it clean. All right, I got all the awards out here ready to go for the post-race ceremonies. Once again, drivers, after all the racing is over, we take some podium pictures here on the front straightaway. Got all the goodies out for that. Uh-oh. Charlie says he's thinking about making a return. All right, gentlemen, let's get him to the grid. Your top qualifier, Sean Melville, 17 laps, 5:16. He's going to put it on the point down there by the Serpent sign. James McDaniel is going to line up second place with 16 laps, 5:18. And Mr. Will Hagee, first time running an RC car on a track since 1986. 13 laps, 5:10, putting it third. So far, he's done everything he needs to do. Is to finish first. He must first finish, and in one piece. So he's done the one piece so far. Hopefully that streak continues in this race. Gentlemen, this... Oh, excuse me. It's not a 5-minute race. It is a 6-minute A-main. All my drivers, you guys are going on the horn as soon as we get in position here. Everybody on the tone in less than 5. Here we go. And James putting a little pressure on Sean already here. I think Will's going to play the reliability game here to keep it all in one piece. Let these other two guys battle it out, see if they can't... Oh, they get kerfuffled hitting the replay on that. All right, looks like... Oh, Sean's upside down again at the final corner. James had a long lap there. He's catching him here. 1.6 at the line. James with a 19.7. New fast lap that time by Will with a 22.1. New fast lap for him previous lap. Sean dropping an 18.1. James with a 20.5. He's back 4 seconds. Will with a 32.8. James just got to back it down a little bit, overdriving the car just a little bit. Trying to make it do things it can't right now. Marshall's going to help Mr. Will back to that front straightaway. Sir. John with a 17.4. James with a 17.8. Difference of 8.2 at the line. Mr. Will, another 30.4 last time by. Here he comes down the front straight. A 24.3, much better. 220 down, 340 to go. Just about halfway, drivers. James with a 17.5 last time by. A new fast laps. Backs it up with an 18.4. He's back 8.4 at the line. And Will getting a 16.9 there, catching the loop on the other side of the pipe. James back 4 seconds at the line now. Got to clean up these corners a little bit. And McDaniel pegged for the win in this one tonight. Sean stepping it up another notch with the third weekend on this car now. Ole! Oh, watch out. Getting it back under control there. 4 down, 2 to go. Good save there, good save there. James back 9.3 in second right now. Sean kind of in cruise control here with a minute 40 to go, but he can't let off too much. Hopefully James can string together a couple of good laps here and knock that difference down quite a bit. 18.7 that time by. Here comes Will with a 24-4 for him. Caution on the front straight. Caution on the front straight. And it's clear. Uh-oh, your leader having trouble there. Oh, no, it's broke. Wah, wah, wah. Crashed in the lead, broke his car. 55 seconds to go. James taking over the lead there. Who had that on their bingo card tonight? That's actually a space on one of those bingo cards I was talking about doing earlier. Don't worry. I mean, unless Will cranks off a couple of heaters right now, Mr. Sean's still going to land second overall. I think Sean's still got about 3 laps on Will here. Looks like he's going to end up in that second place still. Mr. Will going to get a podium spot here. Help him out. Throw him over the pipe. Race it to the line. We cross this time. You're going to be done. Mr. James coming across the line, taking the victory in this one tonight. Hey, I was right. Hold on, guys. Track is still hot. Looking for Mr. Will to finish it out here. Across the line, Will. And shut it down. Mr. James taking it 19.611. Sean's going to hold on for second with 15 laps and 4:37. Will with 14 laps and 6:26. All right, drivers, that's it for racing tonight. Give me about a minute, and I'll be out there for the podium pictures once again. If you finish top 3 or TQ, you need to be out there for photos if you want it. I want to thank all our live stream viewers for tuning in tonight. Once again, Friday for the indoor track is oval practice. Saturday will be off-road racing at 1 o'clock. Sunday will be oval racing indoors at 1 o'clock as well. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you then.